to adjust the barrel cylinder gap, which is the space right between the front of the cylinder and the back of the barrel. I will post as part of this video a little chart that shows you what the measurements are supposed to be. I have a 6/1000 feeler gauge here that I'm checking with, and this 6/1000 feeler gauge is actually a little snug in there. So I know, even though I haven't checked the chart yet, that that's probably a little snug, and that gives me room to square up the back end of the barrel, which in this case is good. We have an older gun that has seen a lot of use, and it's a little eroded, so an opportunity to square that up and make it more uniform is more likely to improve our accuracy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll show you how that's done. Assemble that again. We're going to do the same assembly we did before, where you have the two bushings, okay, and the cutter. We're going to take this cutter off, and we're just going to check real quickly which one of these is going to fit about right. Looks like that one's very, very close. So we're going to try that one first. And we'll do the same thing we did before. Put the bushing in from the breech. Okay. Put the rod in from the muzzle. Run it up close. And what we're going to do is grab the cheater bar so I can hold on to this. We'll just put the cutter up in place and see if it'll thread in okay. I want to make sure I'm not bumping on the top of the frame. We'll know very quickly if I am. Okay, we are not. It's nice and smooth, and it's not dragging. It's just exactly the right size. So we put the cheater bar in there for a second, just like that. Snug it up. Like I say, it's just finger tight, so you don't have to get carried away. Another drop of tap we'll do a drop of tap magic again as our cutting fluid. So gently pull towards yourself and begin turning the cutter, and you can see little chips falling off there. And we're not going to have to remove very much because we know that this gun was already functional. So basically I'm just going to check and see if it's uniform all the way around. Grab a flashlight here. Alright, looks pretty darn good. Front and back. Okay, it's uniform all the way around, so I'm going to stop because that's all I need to do is make it uniform. And we will check the barrel cylinder gap again and just see where we ended up. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold on to this while I unthread it. Don't want to drop it on the floor. Nothing worse than having to do the gunsmith shuffle to pick up parts. Okay, that's as simple as it is. I'll show you, and that's what they look like when you've finished both the forcing cone and squaring of the breech. You see there's a tiny bit of chatter there, but that could actually be dressed with a light file and it would be no problem whatsoever. I would probably polish that with sandpaper rather than take a file to it. So I'm back in front of the camera again. Here we have the 6/1000 feeler gauge again. Before it was a little snug, now it slides right in and out of there. No problem at all. Just goes right through. So let's just jump up. You'll note that I've got my feeler gauges cut down a little bit, and this is specifically for doing this, feeling the barrel cylinder gap. When you do this, pull the cylinder towards the rear because that's what we're interested in, is the maximum gap. And an 8 won't go in. I mean, I can just barely feel it start, but it doesn't go in. We can try both sides just to make sure. Same thing, I can just feel it starting, but it does not want to go in. So we're probably around 7/1000 because the 6 slips in and the 8 won't go. So when I post the chart, you take a look at that and see how we turned out on this. Again, just a junky old gun, but I'll bet you we've improved the accuracy considerably.